what do you feel like makes ATN different compared to some of the other things that you've done, previously?
It is truly what you say it is, that it is, it's pretty much completely hands off. It's you monitor what's going on. That's it. You don't have to do much. Yeah, it's truly hands off.
I love that. Like, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your professional background?
So, professional background right now, I'm a manufacturing supervisor at a pharmaceutical company. I've been in the pharmaceutical industry now, I'd say, for 16 years. Yeah, it's definitely very rewarding work, but at the same part, also very challenging because again, it's manufacturing. Not everything goes right all the time, as you know, in manufacturing. Plus, it's just very time and labor intensive job.
And so for you then, what was the main motivation for you wanting to make passive income?
I'd say the main motivation for me is also not to have all, my eggs in one basket. I'd like to, because that is my sole income source. I'd like to diversify in other things. I've been learning more about how I guess grow wealth and actually try and be able to get myself to a point where, I'm not like solely dependent upon a job. And that's actually what really drew me to, I guess, your program of just hearing how you started similar thing of like e-commerce and then doing this thing and then doing that thing and then trying, Amazon going through this. I mean, obviously I'm earlier, I would say, in the journey than you were, but it's more of it resonated with me, what you did
Yeah,
and where you are now.
I love that. And then for you, then what did you actually try in order to make passive income? What, didn't actually work out, or, did you figure out that wasn't exactly for you?
And so I was doing a print to order company. I was trying that and then trying to sell through Amazon and Etsy as well. I was going to sort of drop shipping through e-commerce. I mean, can be, if you have the time to put into it, it can definitely, work if done right. I
Yeah.
mean, I did get some success through that, but that was also because I had a team that was managing sort of like the campaigns and stuff on the side. So I just had to do more minimal interaction. But once that dropped out, then I was given resources to like learn how to do what they were doing, how to monitor but it just, again, I just don't have the time
Yeah.
that I want that's really available for my other job
Yeah.
between commuting and then working at least 10 hours a day during the week, and then commuting. So it's more of, I guess, what it came down to again is just I'd like to build something to be able to have passive income to maybe at some point have more financial independence point where I can just have more time to do other things, because that's what they always say, money you can get back, time you can't.
Yes. No, that is true. Time is the most precious resource that there is, because you can't make more of it. That's exactly right. So then for you, with your commute, with your, kind of 50 plus hours a week schedule, you were looking for another stream of income in order to kind of release or kind of decrease the reliability of that job, that one source of
Yep.
income. Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense. So how did you end up hearing about us? Was there like an ad or a video that really stuck out to you?
Honestly, it's probably because it was probably an ad that came out probably on Instagram, because I've been looking a lot of it on probably that's what my algorithm is geared towards right now, of like day trading, other side income opportunities, and
Yeah.
that more so just hearing your story, because I know it's similar to like some other things that I saw, but really bought into more to you because it's you're more relatable, and I got more of like a family vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And for you then, how did you feel just before joining ATN? Because some of our clients are skeptical, they're nervous, others aren't, but how did you feel just before getting started?
I would say same thing. I was a little, it's you're always a little skeptical and a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Even there's so many, you can look at so many things, you can see all these success stories or this or that, but at the end of the day, it just still seems like videos until you just have to, trust yourself, and, you got to take that first step of action and at least try, because, if you don't try, you're not gonna get anything.
Grow when you're outside of your comfort zone. You join ultimately because you were like, if I don't take a risk, then I'm going to stay in the same position, or what ultimately made you decide to join?
Yes, and that's exactly that. It's, if looking at my bank, looking at the state of the world, it's, stuff in my savings. It's underperforming what inflation is doing. It's necessarily losing money by sitting there. So I want to learn more about having my money do work for me.
Yeah.
So it's just, at the end of the day, I just went with it, and yeah, I've it's the team has definitely been very helpful in everything up. I thought it was intuitive. I know it took me a little bit time to get started up. I originally signed on April, but then that was around the time actually my grandfather passed away.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so it's sort of everything else that was going on. It sort of took like a little bit of a back seat as we were trying to navigate during that time. And then reached back up with Aquila out after probably near the end of May, and we were able to get everything finalized, set up, onboarded,
Okay.
and done.
Yeah, thanks for sharing about your grandfather. I can imagine how tough that is. I have a dad that's, pretty ill right now. So,
Mhm.
I know kind of some of the things that, can be happening in the family, especially around, kind of family members that are not feeling well. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
For you, the ongoing, communication with Aquila, like how was it for that kind of gap that you needed to go and take care of family matters, and then coming back in and getting things set up? How has ongoing communication been with the team?
I'd say it's been very good. I mean, I guess during that time, definitely, they sent their regards and other stuff and just said, we'll be here when you're ready. And then, after a couple weeks, they checked back in saying, hope all is well, let us know where you're at. And ever since then, I would say, I mean, I hadn't, and that was the same thing I said to Julio a couple days ago. I hadn't had too much of a need to reach out to yet, because it's still at this point, I'm still just, just getting my bearings, topping up the account, watching the progress, watching it grow. And then I said, probably later down the line, I'd want to look into more of like, have sort of the deposit account set up, which I'd go through the Slack bookmarks and everything for that, and reach out
Yeah.
if I had any questions, as well as the additional resources that I'm going to look into for the whole life and trust and
Nice.
everything for that as well.
I love that. And for you, with, a short amount of experience to this point, notably so, but on your end, what do you feel like makes ATN different compared to some of the other things that you've done, previously?
It is truly what you say it is, that it is, it's pretty much completely hands off. It's, you monitor what's going on. That's it. You don't have to do much. It just, you have to do a couple clicks every now and then for if you need a top up, you move stuff to here, you move stuff back. It's, other than that, it just, yeah, it's truly hands off.
I love that. And for you, I mean, how quickly after your account got started, did you actually start to see your account, moving up and start to generate passive income? How fast did that happen for you?
I'd say within a couple days, you started seeing stuff go up. And again, they were, Julio again is very transparent about it. They say, hey, we'll say 5% on monthly, but we want to, not like guarantee that you're going to be something crazy, but have something that more of like a, so which is nice to see that you have more of like that guaranteed like 5% performance, but they're like, hey, sometimes it will do better than that. At least we want to, so it's more of like a guarantee of what is going to come. And then when it performs better than that, it's just, a nice surprise.
Yeah. I do want to clarify that, because the average is about 5%.
Yeah.
And so there are months that are significantly above average, and there are some months that are not to the average, right? There's some months that
Mhm.
bring the average down. So it isn't, unfortunately, and maybe this got lost in translation a little bit, but there isn't any guarantee in trading because
Oh yeah, I know.
there's no guarantee in the markets. There's really no guarantee in life besides like death and taxes. But those are the things that we do as much, or the trading team does as much risk mitigation as possible in order for us to have much less of a chance for losses or things like that. So I just want to make that, make sure we're on the same page that
Mhm.
although we do average around that 5% and even above, especially with EU Elite, the year to date average has been 8% plus for EU Elite and kind of around a little bit more than 5% for the Omega. And kind of, in between there, kind of give or take with the alpha and gamma options. I'm not sure if you're in either of those as well, but it's just good to know. And then especially these 2 months here, June and July, these are called the Hampton months. It's because
Yeah.
everybody's on vacation, everybody's, traveling and those things. So the big money, the institutional traders are not as in the market as they would be otherwise. So the volume is not as big. Therefore, we don't have as many opportunities to strike and make profit as we would in other months. So
Mhm.
these kind of months, the summer months are lower, but August, September, October, November are the biggest months of the year. So that's like the most exciting time for us. And that brings the average, really, really high up there. So just to give that context.
Yeah, and Aquila was pretty upfront with that as well, saying that same thing, that this is the traveling time, there's less volume, vacations, and so that's, for me, it's still more than fine. I'm just
Yeah.
looking for right now just growth of
Yes.
the account.
Yes. And that's one thing that, you can definitely, look to see from us as far as the growth is concerned. And overall year over year, we're looking at 60% or above. And that's we're well on track for that. So and so
Yeah,
on your end, where would you actually rank ATN compared to maybe some of the other ventures that you've tried?
I would say this has been, I'd say, probably the least expensive stuff that I've put in capital wise. I mean, if you think about just for that startup and licensing and everything else, it's not like you're doing other recurring ad spend or other things on top of that.
Yeah.
That's, also going to be, eating into capital you have. And at the same part, say, I did something else that may have been cheaper, but I didn't really get nearly as much results to recoup from that. So even from a percentages standpoint,
Yeah.
it's, so it may have been less, but not getting much of anything out of it compared to, with drop shipping, I may have spent more, but I still did get a big chunk of that back while going through that as well.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And I'm happy to hear that. So for you, how passive has it actually been? Like after you got everything started, like how much work have you actually had to do in order to, kind of earn the percentages and the returns that you are?
Literally nothing. I mean, it's, again, it's just, I put in my initial like sort of investments into, they sat there, they started doing things, and then more money, and I topped them both up, and then that's all I'm just gonna do is just keep topping them up, and just everything else is just, yeah, it's just autopilot.
I love that. And of course, you're a few weeks in right now, a little over a month or so. So we definitely recommend giving, more time to get proof of concept and, get
Yeah, for
that
sure.
get that account going up. But with the similar results that you're seeing now and even, kind of increasing in these next few months as well, how likely are you to actually recommend us?
Definitely likely. That was even my call with Julio as well. That he was asking that if there, you know, obviously it's not, I wouldn't, give the whole sales pitch. I would point them in your direction, and you guys would take care of that.
Yeah.
But more, if I do have some friends that may be looking into similar situations of getting some other passive stuff, and I would give, like, here's been my experience so far, it's been positive, so if you want, check them out. And it's truly, I mean, if you got the capital, truly just autopilot. exactly that. It's just the setup. It's really not difficult. Did not take long. I'd say the team has been very communicative. For any sort of questions, it really is just easy.
No, I love it. And that's what we designed this whole thing to do, Joe, is to be able to be simple. It's not a second job. It's not something you have to stress out about. It's not something you have to rush home and, make adjustments to, or worry about, waking up in the morning and things that you have to do that we're telling you that you need to make an adjustment on your app, on your behalf for. So I love that, you are seeing how passive that it actually is and how hands off it is as well. So you can, focus on what you're doing now with your, kind of your pharmaceutical work, and then eventually start to tape if that's what you decide to do, or just take more time off or do whatever that you want to do that way. So that's the intention. I'm glad that you're starting to see how realistic it will be for you, and glad that you already have your strategy in place. So, I mean, those are the things that we wanted to kind of get an idea of with you and just see how we're doing. I'm glad to see that we're doing well, and you're, happy with the progression of where things are going. So, this doesn't stop here. We're not, just because of this conversation, the results are going to continue to come, and we're going to, like I mentioned, continue to iterate and make things a better experience for clients and everyone involved. So, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I did see your name on the list that you're going to be in September in Phoenix.
Yes, I will.
That's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. We've got some great things planned, and some things that we didn't, reveal to our clients yet that we have that are going to be really exciting. So after this call, I'm actually having some more conversations about, kind of, making sure that things are in place to have the best experience possible. So we're really excited about it, and I'm looking forward to meeting you here in the next couple months.
Yeah, I'm really, as soon as I saw that, I was just like, yeah, I really want to go, because even what you said that, really resonates with me, as well as your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
And it's something that, I just love to go just see the team, see everybody. Plus, and then another thing, when I was just like, oh, Arizona, I haven't been yet. So I was just like, I really want to go just in general. So now it gave me a reason.
That's perfect. Yeah, no, that's a really good time to be in Arizona. The weather is much better than it is right now, which is like crazy. So yeah, we chose a really good time, and so forward to seeing you. And of course, in the meantime, let us know however we can help and support, and we'll be here. We're available for you.
Well, I really appreciate that. I appreciate everything that you've done. And, I guess thank you for all that you and the team have built to be able to provide this, because, looking forward to long-term partnership.
100%. Yeah, we're here for decades to come, and so we're, this is only the beginning. So we're really excited for you, and look forward to kind of all the future success that we have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll be
You too.
talking soon.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Take care.
Okay. So every 30 days, I talk one-on-one with my clients, and that was their experience. If you want to learn more on how we help our clients earn 60% or more per year, then click the link in the description below.